Talking, the home for the compulsive list maker.
We're the show that gives you the definitive top 5 of anything and everything. We're talking quiz shows.
Brilliant. Love a quiz show. One of the mainstays of British TV. I've spent many a happy hour stuck in front of a quiz show. And I bet we got a great top 5. In fact, I know we got a great top 5 because I put it together. So what have we got at 5?
Well, at number 5, we've got Turnabout.
Classic.
Rob Curlin.
Big old Rob Curlin. Roly-poly Rob. Mounting the set, hoisted above a lake of water with red and green ambient lighting.
Winched into his desk.
Rob, I'm actually shaped like a curling stone curling.
I know, about twice the weight.
The only way he could be moved is with a large brush.
On a sheet of ice under his own momentum.
Poor Rob. Anyway, Rob.
Yeah, and I know Rob is actually a fan of the show, so if you're listening, Rob, hi.
Hope you lost some weight.
Yeah.
Hope the ice didn't crack.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed your Sunday dinner.
We went too far.
Just a little bit.
Okay, right. We better stop abusing Rob and actually talk about Turnabout. So, bit of a weird one, really, wasn't it?
Turnabout was basically like a digitised Connect 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was
From what I remember.
Red and green spheres.
Yeah.
And you answered the questions, and you just got to turn them over to your colour. Something like that.
I think there might have been 3 colours: red, yellow, and blue. You had 3 contestants, and you had to continue. Like when you got a question right, you got it to your colour. Very bizarre. Really, I think this was only chosen because it had a great theme tune.
Oh, it was Turnabout. Something like that.
Rob Curling.
Oh, Rob. It's all back to Rob, isn't it?
Exactly.
Basically,
it's basically the Rob Curling show,
just
wasn't
Rob
it?
about.
So at number 5 we have the Rob Curling show.
The Rob Curling show. A belter.
Okay. What about number 4 then? Number 4 we've got Going for Gold.
Oh my God, the heat is on.
The time
is right. I loved this so much. It was Going for Gold was my I've pulled a sickie from school kind of show.
Yeah, I'm basically going to watch Henry Kelly be the most affable man on earth. But the most bizarre thing being it was a Europe-wide quiz.
That made it really special, didn't it?
It made it very interesting.
I mean, you had Sven and Erling, Luigi.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any other stereotypical European names.
Yeah, and even though it was all in English, the English contestant could never win.
No chance.
No chance.
It was always the guy from the Faroe Isles that seemed to be champion every year. Obviously got nothing else to do in the Faroe Islands.
That might be it. I mean, Olaf from Oslo always seemed to come... He could do that 4 in a row like nobody's business, couldn't he?
Well, I've often said that of Olaf. 4 in a row, Olaf.
And the other great thing was the Who Am I? Do you remember the last round?
Yes.
Who am I? I was born in 1982. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, Henry loved that.
I loved that. He loved being the person. You could tell that he was method acting that every time. He was always being the person in his mind.
He put some real Kelly flavour on this.
He did, yeah. He'd do a Russian accent when he was being Stalin. Couldn't help himself.
Was he me as well? Did Henry Kelly have a really suspicious tan for an Irishman?
He did, didn't he? That sandy coloured hair.
But, well, I don't know about the hair, but do you think he had a syrup?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was too expertly coiffed, wasn't it?
And what was the other show he did?
He presented
with Matthew
Classic
Kelly.
FM. Game for a Laugh.
He did Game for a Laugh, didn't he?
With Beadle. With Jeremy Beadle.
That's right, it was Jeremy Beadle.
Yeah, that was the one that launched the career of Jeremy bloody Beadle.
Oh, well.
Now we know who to blame.
R.I.P.
Yeah, sorry, Jeremy, sadly now no longer with us.
Poor old
Beadle.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Give him a hand.
Oh, too far. Let's get on to 3.
Number 3.
What do we got at 3?
We've got Blockbusters.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking some real quality.
Now we're talking. And again, the best quiz shows are the most randomly ruled ones. It's just 2 persons against 1. Why?
I've never understood it.
How did it work that there was always a team of 2 versus a team of 1? I know the team of 2 had to get 1 more square, but surely that was massively unfair.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. There was no need. There you go. There was just no need.
Yeah.
And I just always felt sorry for the solo person, and they were the white as well. And the white, you know what? It just kind of, I don't know, it just wasn't the colour of winning.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was a loser colour, really, wasn't it?
Nobody was ever winning in the white.
No. Well, every so often you did get someone who was the white who was much better than the two, and then you really felt sorry for the two because neither of them could come close.
Well, the two were really thick.
It was
That's
basically
why.
you had the two stupid ones.
Yeah.
The one person on their own just blasted through it straight up the middle.
Do you know what I used to love about blockbusters?
Oh.
Shifting a bit from the sides is the kind of Egyptian style god thing over the
Yeah. Wasn't there
over
loads
the
of
set.
like,
Wasn't it Zeus or something?
there was different like Greek gods all like surrounding the top of the set.
That's right.
Yeah.
Zeus and someone else looming over us.
Yeah. Can't
I'm not
remember.
great on mythology. I could have,
Yeah, I can't remember
I bet
who it was.
Aphrodite, because Bob Holness was there. He wanted Aphrodite.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Big Bob, famously the first person to play James Bond ever.
Yes. Always a nice bit of pub trivia.
Yeah.
That one.
And the other one is that he played the saxophone solo to Baker Street.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. That was a
What the-
that was a false rumor that was put out, I think, by Q magazine
Really?
about 20, 30 years ago, which and it shut down this week. So Bob's lawyers finally got
Yeah.
finally got through to Q magazine. So R.I.P. Q magazine. Very sadly,
Wow, but a win.
now
For...
defunct.
Is Bob dead?
Oh, Holness died years ago, I think.
Did he?
I think so. I can't. Yeah, he must have done.
Oh,
We should do our research, shouldn't we?
He must be. Yeah. Drop it in the comments. Is Bob dead? Bob watch. Bob watch.
Yeah, we're going to start Bob Watch.
Has
now,
anyone
just
seen
let us know.
Wholeness?
And obviously, another great thing was the gold run at the end.
Oh, I loved it at the
The
end.
gold run was amazing.
Pick a path. Some weeks it was an utter piece of piss.
Oh yeah,
You just think I'll tell you what the answers are now because it can only be one answer.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And other ones you just thought, oh my god,
Oh,
this has become the
yeah.
hardest quiz in the entire world,
Yeah,
like a cryptic crossword.
it was. But it was so good. And then you got the different levels of prize. So you got a really crap prize if you did the first gold run. And then by the time you did the
That's
third
it.
gold run, you'd get like a weekend away
Yeah.
in Swansea or something like
Yeah,
that.
I've completely forgotten all
Yeah.
that. Oh, brilliant
Great show.
choice! Brilliant choice at 3. Well done, us.
Great. Oh,
Blockbusters
yeah,
is
absolutely.
fantastic. Right, at 2 then, we seem to have 15 to 1 down.
15
So
to
we're
1.
moving from a quiz that really is quite easy in Blockbusters to one that's rock hard.
Yeah, one of the most challenging quizzes out there. We're obviously talking about the William G. Stewart version of the 1980s and 90s and not the dreadful Sandy Toksvig version that was
Jesus Christ.
out a few years ago.
Toksvig, just... She's like a bloody rash. She's on everything these days,
This is so true.
isn't it?
And no one's designed the cream to get rid of her
She's
yet.
like crabs. Once you get her, you can't get rid of her.
The irony.
But Toksvig.
Poor old, yeah.
And she's Canadian.
Hey, I thought she was Danish.
She's Danish.
She did live in America. I can't, yeah,
Oh,
she's Danish.
Danish.
I've got a feeling she might have even won a series of Going for Gold once.
Really? Oh,
She could have done.
that weren't funny at all. Yeah, I'd have believed anything then. Jesus, well. But yeah, 15 to 1.
Oh, great,
You know,
great quiz.
it's brilliant, really, really tough, great challenge.
Yeah,
And if you won 15 to 1, it actually meant something.
you did. And my favourite 15 to 1 story, which has a link to our hometown of Crawley, was the famous guy who went on it as under a fake name, called himself something like
Yes,
Tony
that's right.
Romano,
That's right.
got knocked out in the first round, and then went back on it under his real name and won the whole show.
Legend.
Trevor Montague, I believe,
That's
was
right.
his name.
Well done.
What I
Trevor
never
Montague.
understand about that is why wouldn't you go on it first as yourself and then have the fake name? Why did he go on with a fake name in the first place?
I love the fact, if it's true, he went on as Tony Romano.
It was something along. I mean, I've exaggerated probably there. It was something close to that. I'll have to look it up.
Luigi Mario.
Exactly. But yeah, and he won the whole series, and then he was stripped of his crown
That's hard.
because of what he did.
Or as in the case of 15-1, the ancient Egyptian vase
Exactly.
that you were given as a prize.
It's always the best quiz shows are the ones with these weird little idiosyncrasies, and that one where you would always get a weird little antique Greek pot or something like that.
Wow.
And you had a finals board prize. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that at all.
Because you're the top of the finals board.
Yeah.
Remember
That's right.
You got into the final by being in the top 15. If you
Yep.
topped the finals board in the year, you got one prize. And then if you won the final, you got a different prize.
Were they both ancient artefacts?
I'm pretty sure they were both. I think you got a better prize for winning the series than being at the top of the leaderboard.
We're not going to have some kind of Elgin Marbles situation, are we?
No, well, yeah. The nation of Greece comes to reclaim
The 15-1 prizes.
poor old Kevin Ashman. I think he won it 3 times, didn't he?
We find out
Good old Kevin.
William G went out there in the 50s, ransacked all of their historical sites.
Actually, wasn't William G. Stewart the 7th Lord of Elgin? I think that we're seeing a pattern here, aren't we?
I know he was a very, very successful television executive.
He was, and the director of a dreadful film I once saw called... I can't even remember what it was called. It was dreadful.
16-2.
Indeed.
Anyway,
That leads us into our number 1.
I think... Am I right in saying controversial?
Controversial in that only about 20% of it was a quiz.
Yeah, it's stretching the boundaries of a quiz show.
It is.
I think it stretched a lot of boundaries, actually.
It did. I think it broke a lot of bones.
And it's the Krypton Factor.
Oh, the Krypton Factor was one of the great TV shows of the 80s.
Yeah, it just a fantastic show. God knows where it fits in. It's not a quiz show. It's not a game show, really. Well,
The last 5 minutes of it were a quiz. You know, you basically won by answering questions at the end. You just had to go on an obstacle course. No, you had to do an assault course.
Yeah.
You had to land a jet plane in a flight simulator.
That was so tough.
Which, that was the hardest.
There was always somebody who literally pressed go and crashed immediately.
Skew to the left after 3 seconds, and you're like, oh god.
They clearly weren't at home in the cockpit. They were goners.
Oh, I always felt sorry for them. They could just never get it.
And then there was always somebody similar in shape to Rob Curling on the assault course at the end who was just so far behind. I think they did a bit of video editing.
Oh yeah.
To bring them in because they were miles back. They still hadn't got over the beam.
Yeah, that's true.
And then all of a sudden, they got to the end and they came in like 5 meters behind the person who first.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, there was a lot of blushes saved there.
They looked absolutely distraught, a huge sweating mess, but they were only 5 meters behind.
And I actually think they should have done the assault course at the start of the episode, and then everything else had to follow the minute after the assault course finished. I think they got far too long to kind of
recuperate
from that assault course. It would have been great if they had to do the landing of the 747.
Yeah,
absolutely twatted.
Get straight in, boys.
I can't breathe. I don't care. You're doing it.
Burns, he was a taskmaster.
Oh, Gordon Burns. Yeah, he was.
He wouldn't let him ease up.
He wouldn't.
Oh, brilliant show. Well, I think just a fantastic show, worthy of being in the number 1 spot.
Yep, worthy of being our number 1 quiz show.
Fantastic. What a great 5. Should we just run through them again?
Yep, let's run through them again. So at 5, we've got Turnabout. At 4, Going for Gold.
3, Blockbusters. 2, 15-1. And in the golden chair, number 1 spot, numero uno, the Krypton Factor.
Oh.
A great top 5.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, you're right. We don't think it does. But...
So, is our top 5 your top 5? Why not leave a comment, like and subscribe?
Follow us on Twitter at 5Talking and check out our Facebook page. See you next time.